Hello. Happy Monday. How are you guys? I hope you all had a very lovely, very wonderful Mother's Day. And if not, I am so sorry and I totally get it. I am just recovering from the most terrible, horrible flu I've ever had, I feel like, in my life. um, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about, hello, Miranda, hello, Sarah, about how going to your next level, hello, Renee, does not necessarily mean that you have to work more, do more. So let me just explain what this looks like. I think a lot of us can live in a feeling of being afraid of success because we fear that we won't be able to keep up with it, right? If you're catching this on the replay, let me know. And anybody who's here joining on the call, please feel free to say hi. I would love to see who's watching and who's checking it out, and just like to hear from you. And if you have any questions along the way, let me know. I will circle back and answer any questions that you guys have. So sometimes we have the fear of success because we're like, oh, what if I get there and then I can't like sustain it? And what if in getting to success means that I have to compromise my values or my family or my time freedom? And I am here to say that it doesn't have to look that way. As you guys know, well, some of you know, maybe some of you don't, some of you are newer. I've been running a business with my husband. We're business partners. We have a local landscape construction company. We've had for, I don't know, we've been partners for about a decade. And he started the business before that with his father. We took it over and kind of revamped the whole thing. So anyhow, we have done the whole like where my husband was like working crazy hours, gone all the time, doing meetings after work, working like 7 days a week, and that shit was for the birds. And so we finally got to a place where we were able to create some healthy boundaries, because I was like, you are not working Sundays anymore. And even in my own business, I have boundaries around the hours that I work. I really only want to work 3 days a week. That's really where I'd like to keep it. And if we're having like a working on a big project or something, I might bump it up to a 4th day for a short period of time, but I don't like to keep it there. I want to have downtime in between and have availability to like be present with the kids and everything else. And it just doesn't like feel good on like in my body to like work like that. Especially after working crazy, hardcore, pushing myself for a decade. Because if my husband is pushing himself and working crazy hours, then I was doing the same thing, only it was at home. And also, you know, handling our business and growing humans and nursing humans and the whole thing. So and then experiencing literal burnout, like adrenal fatigue, really bad. So I'm just like not available for that anymore. And I know that some of you are scared to go to your next level because you fear that. And this is, I feel like, something that I'm like really skilled at now, because I can see like, oh, well, we can just tweak this, outsource that, bring some support here, raise your prices, you guys. Outsourcing, delegating, and raising your prices are like super key. Super, super key. Hey, Sarah. And also, this is just like a mindset, right? Like, really, you've just created a story. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to do more, give more. You actually don't. You have to learn to see your inherent value that already exists. And when you do that, then you will realize that you don't actually need to continue to like prove your worth, or that, you know, and then we have this belief in our culture that productivity equals value, equals worth. And that's just not true. And if you can't see how that could look differently in your business, then that's where a mindset shift just needs to happen. It's because you're like looking at tunnel vision and you're like not seeing the whole picture. So having someone like who is a professional, or even just like someone else on the outside who knows business and knows mindset, can see for you these really simple little things that you can do. And it can be very simple. Some things might be big because maybe it's a deeply rooted limiting belief and a deep story that you're going to have to clear, and it might take a little time. But overall, these are things that can take, these transitions can happen pretty quickly. For example, I have a client that I worked with, and she already had a decently established business when I started working with her. And within a year, she had hired on more support than she has ever had, ever. Her business doubled. And since then, her business also, just in the first 4 months of this year, she already made in 4 months what her business did all of last year. And again, this is because she has support. She's working in her zone of genius, which is sales, marketing, and coaching. And like, this is how it can go if you let it, right? But she also is willing to like show up and like do the mindset work. And she's very aware of, you know, where her work is to be done, and she does it. And she doesn't spend a lot of time when she makes mistakes beating herself up over these little things. She takes the lesson, she learns it, and she moves forward. And this is really what it's all about. But learning to embrace support, allow it, is like step one in learning how to go to your next level without it being overwhelming and without there being any kind of burnout. And step two is, there is almost always, I have not come across a person yet who couldn't stand to raise their prices a bit or a lot. And that really allows you to be able to, like, you have a goal, but it's almost like you won't even like let yourself have the goal because you're not charging your worth. You know, you're not charging what your services are worth. Let's see. Yeah, and I mean, and I'm not just talking support for in your business, I'm talking support in your home. For example, like, we started outsourcing our laundry it sounds so simple, but it was just like this huge burden that's been like lifted off of us, that someone comes in once a week and handles the laundry. We hired a new nanny who is super dedicated and is also like helping implement homeschool lessons and things like that. And who's really invested in the job and not just here temporarily, and is very qualified. And that makes a big difference also, knowing that. The other thing is, and there's a whole process that I went through in hiring this person. It was like, I had to know, like, okay, this is the thing that is holding us back. It's not having this level of support, so we can't continue to grow. It was very enlightening to see this process. And it meant having to put some systems in place. It meant having to set different kinds of boundaries in my life and asking for what I want in a much more powerful, unapologetic way, and being okay with that. Like, even just creating a job description for someone that you're hiring is so powerful, yet most of us don't even do that because it's so uncomfortable. And then to say, like, I need you to do this thing. I remember there were so many years where I would hire nannies and be like, I'm so sorry. I know I'm like neurotic, but I really would like for you to do it like this. Okay, thanks. But I would apologize for myself wanting it a certain way. And now I don't. Now I'm just like, I like the towels folded like this. I want the cabinets organized like this. And of course I have reasons for it. It's like, well, this is just, it looks better and it fits better. I like all my dishes stacked a certain way. And I'm not going to apologize for that anymore. Like, it's what I want. It makes me feel more peaceful. So fucking do it for me. Thanks. No, I'm just joking. I don't talk to people like that. But I mean, there's a difference, like, you come at things differently. It's no more like, oh, this is what I want, but I'm sorry for asking for this. And these little things, that like that little twinge of, oh, I'm sorry for wanting it my way, is seriously holding you back from having, the next level that you want to achieve or reach. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any questions for me about that? Who's on? Can't see. Okay. Yes. So I think that kind of covers most of what I wanted to talk with you guys about today. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come through. I had someone who I am talking to about joining the mastermind, and this is one of the things that she was like, oh, I'm not sure that I'm ready to like put in the work that it's going to take to get, to hit that next level goal that I have for my business. And I was like, the alarm bells start going off in my head, right? And I'm like, limiting belief. I can't remember it. That's not exactly how she phrased it. And no sooner that I responded with, girl, like, I hear a limiting belief in there, she was like, well, I guess that's a limiting belief, isn't it? Like, we literally typed it at the same time. It was so funny. So that was really, really funny. But it's true. And this is what I love to do, like, when I'm working with people, is I can hear you say these things, and I'm like, oh, that's so not true. Or, oh, that's just her story. Okay, I see what's holding her back here. And then and then we work through that. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say along that. I think that's it. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go get some rest. It's been a long day. This is my first day back of being like fully functional. And my nose is like starting to get stuffy. I don't even know what's up with that. I just went through having razor blades in my throat, and now my nose is running. Okay, if you guys have any other questions or want to share like what feels overwhelming for you when it comes to reaching your next level, or like what maybe your specific scenario on like how you might have to do like more work, let me know. But I also have like this whole process I teach in simplifying. Hello, Erica. I teach a whole process on how to simplify, like basically how you can like eliminate things from your life that do not align with your values, how to automate things. Hello, Miss Cheryl. How to automate things, and then how to delegate them, right? Which I've already talked about, delegating as being a huge, huge component. And just in doing that simplification process, it's going to like free up your time and your energy and everything so much. But there is a whole mindset component that has to go along with that, right? Because a lot of times we are holding on to, again, that belief of I have to be productive in order to have any kind of value or worth. And so we're overscheduled, we're overcommitted, and of course, like you would feel like you're not going to have time and space to grow into the next income level that you're trying to reach, because you have like no more space to even like receive more clients or anything. And maybe it's even just like little things. For example, like trying to be like too DIY on things that are not worth the ROI, right? Like there is not a return on investment when you're doing like certain DIYs. Like I get that some can bring a certain level of gratification and satisfaction, and that's cool if you're doing it for that. But when it comes to other things, it's literally just a self-sabotaging pattern of like making your fucking life hard. And I'm really good at identifying those things. You can ask some of my clients. And that is where the simplification process comes in, is like, okay, we're just like not gonna, why are we doing that thing? Okay, we're gonna delete that. We're just gonna streamline this and make it way more simple. So it can really be a lot more simple than you're currently letting it be. And I would love to have you guys, any of you who feels called to join the mastermind and go to your next level and let it feel so much easier and more graceful. And we're gonna like dig in and do the work on the mindset component, the physical pieces, the strategical pieces, all of those parts will all get addressed in a very holistic way. And how does the mastermind work? Great question, Samia. So the mastermind works, we're going to have 8 women, and if you're, we will meet each week on a Zoom call, and we will go through, and as many people I can get a hot seat as possible. So my intention is that all 8 of you will be able to get a chance to get some spot coaching. So a spot coaching might look like 10 to 20 minutes, just depending on what your specific need is that day. I have us scheduled for 90 minutes calls a week, but I am allowing for a little bit of a buffer. So we'll kind of see how it goes. If we need 2 hours, then cool, I can make that happen. So 90 minutes to 2 hours every single week for 6 months. And then you'll be doing a spot coaching with me, right? So everybody will be on the Zoom call together, and then you'll get to say, hey, this is what I want to work on this week. And I will support you with whatever that is. And we'll work through that until you feel complete and have a shift for that. And then we'll meet again the next week, and we'll do the same thing. And then we'll also have a Facebook group. So anything in between the calls, you guys can address in the Facebook group, and it's just private for just us. So you can share wins, you can rant, lose your mind, whatever you need to do. It's like a total sacred, safe container. And you will just make progress that way, and it's magical. And then the women in the group can also support you, and they can like add things in the chat as we're going through our coaching, and like share insights or support or whatever they have to offer you. And then I'll open the call up to the group at times and see if anyone has anything else that they would like to add for you, etc., or for the other women. And it just becomes this like super bonded sisterhood where everyone is like rooting you on and supporting you and loving you up and holding you, and like they believe in you, they see you for like the amazing human that you are, and all of your gifts and all of your glory. And it's so fucking powerful. I'm currently in a mastermind like this, and it's been like the best coaching experience I've ever had, ever. Like I've never witnessed anything quite like it. And I love group coaching myself. I'm very skilled at it. I've been doing group coaching in my program I do it like once a month in my Back to Center program, and we've been doing that for close to a year and a half now. Maybe over a year and a half. No, a year and a half. Yeah. And the ladies, it's their favorite part of the program. So that's how my mastermind is going to work. Samia, do you have any other questions, or does anybody else have any questions? It's a very custom tailored to you. And then we'll have, I am going to have my business manager, she'll go through the call and pull out like the different assignments and things like that. So whenever I'm coaching with you, I might have like, oh, I want you to like do this thing, and I'll give you like an assignment or something like that. And so she'll pull out like the key lessons and the like action items for each call as like a takeaway sheet, right? That you guys can have. Oh, and you have questions about the price, for sure. So the investment is $600 a month, or you can do a paid in full and save 10%. I'll have to look up what that price is off the top of my head. I don't remember. So 6 times 6 is 36 minus 10%. So 36 minus 360, right? Let's see if I could do the math really quick. I have it already done. I've done it, but I just don't have it off the top of my head. Yeah, so or paid in full is $32.40. Yeah. And if you have any other questions, Samia, you can totally message me privately, and I'm happy to answer any other questions that you have. I would say right now, the ranges for most of the women who are in the group are, as far as income wise, is going to be, I would say it's for women who are earning anywhere from or looking to earn or are earning anywhere from about $4,000 to $10,000 a month. And most of the women have been in business for 2 to 4+ years. So that's kind of the level of where everybody is at this time. And we start June 3rd, which is a Monday, and all the calls will be held on Mondays. Let's see if there's anything else. Included with the mastermind is also you get access to my Back to Center program for free. So you'll get that for a full 12 months. And that is a $1,200 program, give or take a few dollars. It's like, and the price is getting ready to go up on it soon. So, on my Back to Center program. So you'll get that included as well. And there's weekly content for that as well. So, and you can participate in that as much as you want. Or there might be times where I refer you to that content if there's something specific that I feel like I've already created and could serve you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. I'm glad that you were on. All right, so does anybody else have any questions for me? I'm really excited. The mastermind is starting to fill up, and we've got some amazing, amazing women joining, and it's just gonna be like this epic transformational experience. And yeah, I'm just like super, super pumped about it. All right, you guys, I love you. I've got to let my nanny go home now. Yep, he's got to leave in 4 minutes. All right, if anybody else has questions about the mastermind or is interested, PM me. I'm happy to talk with you and answer any other questions that you have. All right, love you lots. Talk soon. Bye.